Is Cam Rising the greatest grift in college football history? And has Kyle Whittingham been just kind of pulling all of our legs for well over a year at this point? Who can I don't think Utah's a bad football team. I feel it in my bones. I might get fired up in this segment. I don't think Utah's a bad football team. I want to know who the strength and conditioning coordinator is. I want to know who on staff is in charge of nutrition. I want to know who are these, and I can Google it. I can find out. But what are the credentials? How does this keep happening? Last year, it was, monumental injuries. And Utah fans would tell you they're just excited that they won 8 games because that was a feat within itself. And I would agree. This was Utah's backup B team varsity last season because so many guys were hurt. Why is it happening again this season? Why are guys going down again this season? And why is Cam Rising? He's questionable. Isaac Wilson played terribly against Southern Utah. He played pretty darn bad against Baylor. Then he started to pick it up. And against Oklahoma State, I thought, wow, Isaac Wilson's coming into his own. He just went on the road, won a Big 12 game, and the offense wasn't electric, but he did enough to win. And that is a key in the Big 12 when it comes to your quarterback. I don't need you to be like Jake Retzlaff. He's not a game-changing, spectacular, oh my gosh, blow me away like Shedeur Sanders. However, he can win a game because he does what he's asked. He can go out and win a game because he's got a level head. Isaac Wilson had that. But he's still not Cam Rising. You told me preseason that Cam Rising at full health is maybe the best quarterback in the Big 12. He's at least the top 3 quarterback in the Big 12. We haven't seen that when he was at full health earlier in the year. He was good. He wasn't a top 3 quarterback in the conference. And now where is he? Oh yeah, good chance he plays against Oklahoma State. Yeah, we're gonna set him out for this cakewalk game. It's Utah State. Isaac Wilson can take care of business, and he settled in, no doubt. Isaac Wilson did, but he could play if that was the quote. Like teammates, coaches, hell, he could play if it was a big game, but it's Utah State, so we're good. Then the next week against Oklahoma State, he's going to be good. He'll be good. He wouldn't miss this one. It's a top 20 matchup, one of the biggest games in the country. We'll get Cam. No. Oh, well, this Arizona game, he's questionable. Yep. We're going to go with Isaac Wilson here to start, but then maybe, is it the biggest grift in sports? What are you doing to Utah fans? Like, you as a coaching staff, it is going on 2 years. I remember I was alive at the game when Baylor and Utah squared off in Waco last season. And pregame, the messaging was Cam Rising is probable. Or it may not have been probable exactly, but it was, hey, Cam Rising could go today. We're going to warm him up and, we'll stretch him out and test it and see what that looks like. And since that day, every game that Utah has played, their fans have questioned who the quarterback's going to be and if Cam Rising even exists. Is Cam Rising in the room with us right now? Is he a figment of our imaginations? Just some sort of transparency or answer or something. Because I can tell you this, at this point, you're not getting an advantage in the scouting department. No other defensive coordinators like, oh, shoot, we got to prepare for Isaac Wilson and Cam Rising this week. What are we going to do? No, there are whole massive staffs and film departments and scout teams to prepare for 2 quarterbacks who, to be honest with you, aren't that like Cam Rising. If he was healthy, is Utah the best team in the Big 12? Maybe. I don't know that. I don't. You don't know that. I like Utah. And I know there have been a lot of Utah fans who are like, oh, this guy must hate us and he really doesn't like Utah. And, he's probably so happy Utah lost. I'm not. And there's a reason I put a lot of money on Utah because I was so confident they would win. I don't hate Utah. The reason I really, really love them is because a week ago, I thought that they were our closest shot at getting the deepest in the college football playoff. And with Cam Rising, again, they might be, but you've grifted us. Cam Rising doesn't exist. He's a fugazi. He's a figment of our imaginations. We don't even know if Cam Rising's real. And if that's what you kind of, put your hat on, it's like, oh yeah, he's gonna be the guy that leads us there. That's not going very well. And I don't hate Utah. I want Utah to win so badly because I do believe, especially when healthy, they're a complete team. But at some point, we got to look around the room and go, ooh, is this becoming a trend? Why do we have to keep saying when Utah's healthy? Is there a guy that we can say, hey, What about our strength weight program, our offseason program? What about this is leading to a hodgepodge of, yeah, he might play this week. That is, at this point, it puts, for the analysts, for the fans, for pretty much everybody involved, you just go, I don't know about Utah. I don't know about Cam Rising. What happened against Arizona, the inability to score in the red zone. I'm not upset with fourth down, go for it, gutsy play call, big decisions. I am upset that you do that, and then with 6.5 minutes to go, down by a couple possessions, you punt. What? That part was like, how? Are we white flagging right now? Are we surrendering? And then you still, at the end, had kind of a quasi chance to go win it. The offense being that bad, I don't mind being aggressive. I really do not. I personally enjoy that more than anything. It was the thought that Utah is so much better than Arizona, is going to get revenge on Arizona. We can just go do whatever we want on third or fourth down, and they couldn't. And in the end, the Utes, who might have Cam Rising back this week, lose to Arizona. 23-10 is the final. Isaac Wilson had to throw the ball 40 times. And I yelled a lot about Isaac Wilson. Mekhi Bernard also. I yelled a lot about Isaac Wilson. He wasn't the worst quarterback in the world. 20 for 40 is not good. Really not good. 2 interceptions is also not good. An 18.4 QBR. I shouldn't blame the kid. He's a true freshman. We're putting a lot of pressure on him. And you know what? He probably hears the rhetoric too. Oh, Cam might start this week? Cool. Wonder if I'm going to play. I hope he knows that this is his football team now. Whose football team is it? You know? Mekhi Bernard ran well. Let's just we don't have to give him the ball, do we? 29 carries, 91 yards for the kid. Or 16 carries, I should say, 29 for the team in total. An offense that stalled. Noah Fafita was good. He wasn't as elite as we've seen him. The Arizona offense was able to establish the ground game better than Utah, and that was shocking to me. Dorian Singer, Brant Keithy, man. Even now, Money Parks is good. Even now, Caleb Lohner's catching passes. Why? There are too many weapons that Utah still has to score 10 points against Arizona when they got thrashed by Kansas State. And all these Utah fans, don't make fun of us. Don't play on our downfall. You told me this conference is going to be a cakewalk and that you were just going to win it with ease. Oh, this conference is, the crowds aren't good. They don't care enough. It's not, poverty. Utah deserves so much better. Okay. Great. Thanks. I just wanted you to win, Utah. I just wanted you to win a national championship because that means the Big 12 gets even more exposure. But guess not. Okay. This has been It Always Will Be. Come back tomorrow. The goal is, if I ever get power, I have probably sounded really angsty the last couple of days on this show. And it's because I am sweating. I'm drenched. Like the hurricane hit, and now I don't have any power, and I haven't had power. I won't have power for days. If I do get power back, JT Westerso will join the show, and that'll be so fun to talk to him about the Utes. This has been It Always Will Be. Locked on. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Dose Grande.